pay attention to your post-workout nutrition. That's going to be one of the key things you can take with you, both for getting the most out of that training session and making sure you're working on muscle development, but then also for recovery for that next practice or game. So making sure that you're looking at carb and protein content and getting those together within that 30 minutes after your workout, so that you're putting this together. That can be chocolate milk, that can be a smoothie that you make with fruit and yogurt. It can be you getting a bar of some kind with a piece of fruit also. We're always trying to get that combo to make sure you're getting the most out of it. And then second, we want to look at making sure that you're getting kind of small frequent meals through the day, that you're spreading that food out, that you're not just eating 2 to 3 meals and having really big meals where you end up very full and a little bit uncomfortable and then waiting to get really hungry for that next meal. That's not really the way to keep that energy standard through the day, and it's also not helping with that muscle development. Again, bottom line, we want to capitalize on getting the most out of your workouts. It's really absolutely key. In fact, a 2% decrease in body water can actually decrease your performance up to 20%. Imagine going into a workout or into a game, say, hey, I'm going 80% today, don't worry about it. That's just not what we want, and that's not what you want, either. And so I know that a lot of people hear this, they know it's important, but yet they don't carry a water bottle around with them. So that's the first step in it, is making sure that you're hydrating throughout the day, sipping on your water. And you notice I say water there too. I'm not talking, a lot of juices or sodas. We want to go basic. If you need a little bit of flavor in there, throwing in some fruit, and or throwing a little bit of extra flavor, like some lemon or something like that, to spice it up. But making sure you're carrying that through, and then at your practices or in your training sessions, bring that water bottle again, refill it so you know exactly how much you've had as you're getting about halfway through or to the end of your training session, so you can kind of keep yourself in check. But the general rule of thumb is about half an ounce to an ounce per pound per day. So we're getting kind of just a leeway, just a general suggestion. So we gotta look at what I call championship fuel. And championship fuel is 4 different components. And that's making sure that first and foremost you're getting whole grain carb sources. That you're looking at getting brown rice, wheat pasta, sweet potato, things that are gonna actually do a little bit more for you, fill you up, but give you good long sustaining energy. Alright? Then we wanna look into adding lean proteins. So that's gonna be more chicken and fish than beef and burgers. And then we're looking at making sure you're getting your fruits and vegetables, or what I call your antioxidants. So that way we can get you a little bit more fiber, also get you the antioxidants that are going to help decrease that inflammation and make you feel really good after those hard training sessions. And then finally keeping those desserts and the sweets in check, so that we're not just, we're really being conscious of our snacks. And putting those things together on your plate to make sure you've got a balance of all those different food groups in each of your meals. That's really what it's all about. A lot of people that are like, I exercise, or I'm on a diet, or even if it's like, this is the diet I follow, whether they feel like they're actually dieting or not. And that's not what it's about. Like, what we're trying to do here, we're trying to make sure that you are training first and foremost. It is calculated, and there is a plan going into it. You've got performance goals, then you're actually going to be, you're going to be fueled. So some of that time, that means that that's going to be really good food. And I hope that the majority of the time when we work on that, it can be very tasty food, but that we're doing it in a calculated way so that you're enjoying it, yet it is going to be doing more for you. It is about fueling. There's going to be times where maybe it's not always your favorite food, but guess what? It's going to do more for your body, and you're going to be able to feel better in your workouts and in competition. And so that's what we're